really nervous that I don't have a mullet deck happening that I'm about to pull out here. So while we switch our computers, if I could ask everyone who's here who's part of the Startup Week organizing committee to stand or come up here and introduce yourselves really quick so everyone knows who you are, if you have questions after, specific to your track. And then if I can ask everyone else to give a big round of applause to the Denver Startup Week organizing committee for the day.
So I'm Nate. I'm half of Founder of Growth. Alec is my co-chair. Leah Zions, Ashley Cloud, and Brooke Sheshvili were also on our committee. So
I'm Jay Sashin. I'm half of developer and product tracks. And I also do all of the sort of site, panel maker, scheduler stuff as well. So if you have any questions about either of those two tracks or issues getting stuff going on the site, I'm the person to talk to.
I'm Castle, design track, and I'll be here after to take questions, complaints, issues as well. I'm Laura Lundquist. I'm on the makers track, so I'm happy to answer any questions as well after.
All right, thanks again, you guys. They'll be here after, and Jay will come up when we do Q&A because he knows the answer to those things. So again, I'm Bria with the Downtown Denver Partnership. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't heard the numbers, being here is really an honor. We had over 900 sessions submitted this year, definitely a record. When we opened it up for community voting, we had 32,000 votes, all boiled down to somewhere in the 200 to 250 range of sessions. We aren't sure exactly where we're going to end up. We do still add stuff as we lead into the week. So congratulations for being here. This is our 5th year of Denver Startup Week. We are the largest free entrepreneurial event of its kind in North America, and we want to keep that going, and the way we do that is through outstanding programming that you all are bringing forth that week. So I'm just going to run through some logistics here quickly, and then we can open it up for questions. First things first, if you haven't already, make sure that you confirm the date, time, and location of your session. Just in the past couple of days, we finished matching all of the sessions to locations. So every session should have a location. If you don't, find us afterwards, because there's a glitch somewhere. But you should know your date, time, location, and just confirm those things. Second thing is we are really pushing registration. We want to get those numbers up, and we need all of the session descriptions to be compelling, well, to be accurate, number one, to be compelling. And then I heard from a couple of people yesterday, just randomly, oh, I wish I knew who was speaking in that session. Don't forget to list who your panelists, who your speakers are. People are really interested to know, who am I going to hear from? Why are they the expert on this subject? So you can do that through the website, through logging in and editing your session. If you have questions about that, Jake can answer that afterwards. So just make sure it's really compelling. There's a lot of things happening at the same time. We want all of our sessions to be successful, and that description is important. The third thing is promote attendance at your session. We are actively promoting Denver Startup Week, but with 200 plus sessions, it's hard for us to give love and attention to every single one, every single day. So we really rely on our session presenters to promote your session. So do that on social media. Reach out to your networks every way that you can, and make sure that you're registered to attend your session, that your team's registered to attend your session, and really push that message out with the hashtag #DenStartupWeek so that we can share those posts as well. Has it started already, Jay? We're starting today, the numbers. So you now can see how many people have registered for your session through the schedule builder. Don't panic if you see that number really high, and you're like, oh my gosh, 400 people have registered for my session and I only have seats for 250. We typically can see anywhere from a 30 to 40% drop in attendance from who registers to who comes. So I don't think we've ever had a really true problem with overcrowding, and if we do, we will address that during the week, but keep pushing your session. Don't stop just because you feel like you can hit the number of RSVPs to your room capacity. The second thing is venue coordination. So many sessions are being hosted by a third-party venue. You should receive, when you are matched with a location, a contact person for that venue. Reach out to them. Introduce yourself, let them know that you're presenting this session for Startup Week. Make sure you're all on the same page in terms of room setup, AV needs, everything like that. Some of our session hosts are businesses, so they're still going to be open for business that day. And we really want to make sure that this process is smooth. They can prepare. If you have people you can bring to help set the room, have those conversations, really reach out to them this week and make sure that you're set on what those needs are. Arrive to your session at least 30 minutes early. If you have a sophisticated program, tons of AV needs, probably more than 30 minutes. But we really rely on our session presenters to help greet people as they come in and just make sure everything is set up, help the venue if needed, things like that. And then make sure you have a way, you know how your presentation is going to get up on the screen. So if you're relying on the internet, make sure that there's an internet connection. Sounds basic, but sometimes we forget those little details. Next part of your event is we will have volunteers throughout the week. We hope to have a volunteer schedule for every session. They will be in green shirts. Sometimes we don't get one to every session, but we do our best. But regardless, someone will deliver a 24 by 36 poster that we need to have at a visible location toward where as people are coming into the session. There's a place on that poster for you. It's a little whiteboard kind of space to update with your session name. It'll be specific to track. So this is a blah, blah, blah session, part of the maker track. This is important, A, to make sure people know they're in the right space. With multiple venues and multiple sessions going on, you know, 2 galvanizes, like people get lost and confused. So helps them know that. But it's also an opportunity to thank our sponsors. I'm going to say this a couple times over the next couple of minutes. But we need to really have that in a prominent location at every session to acknowledge all of our sponsors and specifically our track sponsors. Denver Startup Week is the largest free entrepreneurial event of its kind, and it's free because we have amazing sponsors who come forward and help us bring this program to life. So it's really important that we have that signage visible. The second thing is as you promote your session, or if you want to use this slide deck, we have all of these assets available on the denverstartupweek.org website under assets. So you're welcome to use the logo, the PowerPoint deck. We just ask that there's a style guide on there and they can do that first. And make sure you're using the right logo, so we also have a Basecamp logo. So if your session's at Basecamp, feel free to use that. Or you can just use the Denver Startup Week logo as you're promoting your session. The volunteers who are on site will help with this, but we also ask that you check as people are coming in. Everyone who attends Startup Week should pick up a wristband. So if you're attending, those will be available at the kickoff breakfast as well as at Basecamp throughout the week. We want everyone who attends every session to have that wristband on. Our registration numbers are really important to keep kind of the momentum of the week, to keep encouraging sponsorship, to keep being able to set records. We want everyone to have registered. If they haven't, no big deal. Have them get on their phone. Some of our larger sessions will have iPads there. Just log on to denverstartup.org. You guys know how easy it is. It takes 1 minute and just register online and add that session to your schedule. So feel free to make that as part of your opening remarks. We have hundreds of people coming. You can get to everybody. Just really help us push that message. And as you're promoting your session, it's a good way, it's a good message to share as well. So leading into your session, and I will say I'm going to email all of this out. So you'll have this slide in particular to reference. We would like every session to kind of have a similar beginning. We want to have a really nice welcome. Welcome to Denver Startup Week. Thank you for attending our session. We're the largest free entrepreneurial event in North America. It's exciting culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in downtown Denver. And then again, we need to have the sponsor recognition at the start of every session. So we're really hoping that you come through for us in that capacity. 2 pieces to that puzzle. We want you to thank our title sponsors, who are Chase for Business, Comcast, and the Downtown Denver Partnership. And then we want you to thank the track sponsor, and you'll see a little bit later who those are per track. We will be sending out a couple of sentences for you to speak directly to what that business does as well. So if you can just intro every session with thanking title sponsors, track sponsors, welcoming the Startup Week, and then really encouraging and pushing the hashtag Dead Startup Week to get that dialogue going on social media. Nothing makes us more happy than to trend nationally on social media during Denver Startup Week. So we usually get there on the first day, but we want to get there every day this year. Volunteers I referenced really quick. We hope to have a volunteer in every session. Introduce yourself. One thing to note, if you do have a popular session, have a plan for crowd control. Know the venue. Have someone from your team there to help. If we get to a point where we kind of track sessions that we think are going to be really popular and start looking at what we might do, if we get to a point where we have to turn people away. A couple options there. We can do another version of your presentation at Basecamp. We can look at how we might record that session and share it later. So we kind of help keep track on that, but just make sure that you have some eyes on that situation as well leading into your session. Promotion. Some of you have been doing this morning. Thank you. Promote your session. Get online every day through the next couple of weeks and get people to register for your session. Make sure everyone you know is registered to attend your session. Promote who's speaking. Promote what you're going to talk about. So some of the session titles aren't, some of them are really clever. Some of them are a little more straightforward. Tell people what you're going to talk about. Tell them what they're going to learn. Tell them why they should attend your session. Even if they're not a tech person and it's a very tech-focused panel, why are they going to want to go there? With over 200 sessions, there's a lot of stuff for people to dig through, make it easier for them and really tell them what's happening. I told you I was going to say this a couple of times. Here I am again. Our sponsors are really important. So thank them at your session, make sure the signage is present. And we also ask that, I'm very proud of yesterday's group, some of them have already done this as well. Make sure you pick 3 of our sponsors and just thank them on social media. We're so proud of you for Startup Week. Thank you so much, Chase for Business, for your commitment to our community here in Denver. Super easy, goes a little long way in keeping those sponsor relationships really strong here for Startup Week. And here they are. Our title sponsors again are Comcast, the Downtown Denver Partnership, and Chase for Business. And then here are your track sponsors. Every track has a sponsor, and the design track has 2. So take note. These are also on our website, and we'll email this information out to you. This slide's out of date, so apologies to anyone in the room who notices their information missing. Yesterday was our sponsor cutoff, so we're finalizing everything. But this will all, information will all be sent to you as well. Tons of sponsors, tons of opportunity to say thank you. That's it. That's all I've got in terms of kind of a one-on-one from our end. This is the first time we've really brought you guys together before the event, and so I hope you're excited. I hope you feel like you're part of this amazing community and this amazing machine. You're a critical part of it, and we thank you in advance for all you're going to do to make this year the best yet. So with that, give yourselves a round of applause. And we can open it up to questions. No questions. All right.
My event's pretty early on Monday. 10 a.m. I doubt many people understand that. So instead of checking the names, should I just be pushing them to go online and register? Do it that way?
Yeah, so the Monday morning bit, you're probably right. We will have them at the kickoff breakfast, but the kickoff breakfast actually overlaps a little bit with that session, but that one sells out quickly, so there'll be a lot of people looking for somewhere to go that morning. A base camp will be open that morning. I would just ask the question, tell people where they can go get it, and if they're like, oh, I haven't registered, encourage them to do so, or they can go to base camp and do it as well. Yeah.
Our panel is 2 o'clock on a Friday. Have you found that people have checked out by that point, or like super motivated and engaged, like, oh, it's Friday, let's go there and kick off the weekend, you know?
I think we find that people are still super motivated throughout the whole week, to be honest.
Okay.
I I got the question yesterday, we moved the closing party to Thursday night to coincide with our inaugural pitch challenge. And so people were concerned that people think startup is over, but we'll continue to push that Friday message, make people care about your session, and they will be there. People will kind of eat up all of the content they can that week, so I won't worry too much about it. What else? All right, well, we're good to go. We'll see you guys. If you have any questions, we're around after, and we will see you guys starting number start. Thank you.